Alright, here we are again. I am in the same vehicle, just knocking out video after video. I've had a few things here. I just now got some time in my life that I can start talking about it. I'm not in my house because my 18-month-old is running around causing chaos. So I figured, hey, I'll do it here on location in my towing vehicle. It is luxury in a truck and four wheels, but great. So how do you maximize your money? That's what this entire video is about. You want to get into the RV life, and you're like, hey, I'm a military spouse or a military member, and I'm still staying in, or I'm getting out, I'm retiring, or I'm just transitioning, and I want to kind of do the RV thing for a little bit. It sounds really cool to experience the country, live on the land, the whole nomad thing, and take advantage of those benefits. Great. Well, what are those benefits? How does that look for you in your life, in that niche market that you want to take advantage of? So focusing on the RV life and making that money, we're going to go with your currently getting BH. However you look at that, whether you're in school, you're an active duty member, or you're even retiring, you're getting money somehow on the back end just by doing something. Cool. And how can you make more of that money while living on an RV campground, or any campground, to be honest? But most, if you're like Air Force or they've got an RV campsite there, how can you make more money while living on an RV campground? Well, if you don't have a life, I don't have a life, conveniently, I like to stay home. Man has perfected the indoors. I think we've all established that. That's why we have streaming services, and you can deliver food to your house now. We have perfected the indoor living. With that, that means you can apply to be the camp host at your RV campground, whether that's on an installation or just at any random campground. You can try to apply to be the camp host. If it's on site, let's say you want to do it on a military campground near your house or the duty station you're assigned to. All right, what's that look like? You're going to get with the FSS or whoever controls the MWR or the outdoor rec component of your base. Reach out to them, be like, hey, I would like to be your camp host. When does that window for contracts start? What do I got to do to put a bid up? You submit your bid. I will tell you, if you're a military member currently receiving BAH already, and you're not trying to, compete, you might have a really nice niche market there where you can stay on the campsite, because you'll find out you can't stay on a campsite for an extended period of time. There are lengths that you can be there, and you have to leave for X amount of time before you can ever come back. As the camp host, you get that permanent spot, the camp host spot normally, for the entire time that your contract is for. Because of that, your campsite's either really reduced or you get it for free. But you're also getting paid. And that's what that contract portion is. I will do this job for X amount of dollars. You determine how much your time is worth. That's why you put your bid in. You're not like, how much is that guy getting paid? You have to figure that out. What is your time worth? Because your time is the moment that MWR, that camp host, that they have employed staff there, that time, after they leave work, till they show up at work, that is your responsibility. So anytime, let's call it, they get off work at 4 p.m. From 4 p.m., and they don't show up to work till 7 a.m., till 7 a.m. That is your time as the camp host. That means from that time, if anyone shows up to the campground between 4 p.m. to 7 a.m., and they are lost, and they don't know how to get to their campsite, and you don't have a system in place that can just tell them, they're knocking on your door, and you better be there to answer it. Or have some way to set it up where they can call you. But you shouldn't be off and about. You should always kind of be at your campsite. So that's all part of the contract. There should be things there in place. There are times there. They don't expect you to be there all the time because maybe you want to go get food. There's windows. As long as there's other avenues they can contact you, great. You'll negotiate that during your contract. But hey, you made a lot of money because you get to pocket your BH and you're getting paid a little bit. And if your spouse, this guy here, happens to be the one doing it while your active duty spouse is doing their job, you can still have a normal job during that time. You can go work. Nothing's saying you can't work. When you're off work, now you're the camp host. So now you're being paid for that second component, which is your duties there additionally. I mean, if you're getting to pocket the BAH, and let's say I'll do the job for $1,000 a month, and the BAH there is $2,000, you're technically making $3,000 a month just being the camp host. And you have your other normal job and your spouse's job too, and that's in the military. You're going to make a lot of money. You also get all the other stuff depending on that campground. If they charge you for utilities and laundry services and all that stuff. But if you've got a really good campsite and you know the campground takes care of their stuff, they got good Wi-Fi, laundry services are free, whatever additional amenities, it may be worth it for you. So look at that. Like the last campground that I was a camp host for was great. Excellent Wi-Fi. Free washers and dryers. That's a big one. You don't see that all the time. You got your bathhouse, that's always there, because let's be honest, the water heaters, unless you got a electric water heater in your camper, your internal water heater is only 10 gallons. That thing ain't gonna do crap for a family. That's what Navy showers are for, and you get the 1-minute shower. Okay, but make sure you got a good campground that takes care of you as far as the Wi-Fi services, because that's where your life is. We perfected the indoors. Well, that means I better have good Wi-Fi, because if you don't got good Wi-Fi, what do you do? If the campground isn't going to invest in that, what type of cell phone plan do you have? If you have AT&T and there's a terrible AT&T there, but Verizon's good, maybe you got to go open up a Verizon account just to get their hotspot, a mobile device, puck, and use their puck to then give yourself those that hotspot that you'll tether off of it for everything else. Look into that as a component there too, because each cell phone provider may have really good coverage at that location. And then how's that going to look as far as saving the money? Look into military discounts, let's be honest there. There's that. The next thing, let's see here, I got my notes. I'm trying to look at it while also talking and not just having a blank period. So for us, we have an electric vehicle. Well, at least we're about to have an electric vehicle. I'm about to pick that up here. So we're picking up the Ford Lightning. And the reason that I'm not selling my truck, this is my truck, this tows the camper around, and I do not recommend you using any electric vehicles to tow in today's world. We haven't perfected that avenue yet. What we have is electric vehicles can be charged at a campground. Now, you want to factor that, you want to make sure if you're at a place where they don't charge you additionally, you're not going to be charged. If it's free, I'll plug in my vehicle and then get free electricity, don't pay for utilities, don't have to worry about gas on my electric vehicle, then yeah, have at it. Conveniently, when it comes to campgrounds, have a bicycle. Take advantage of the fact that you are somewhere, usually in a good location, and just ride your bike. You should be close enough that you can ride your bike to your job if it's on base, or your spouse can ride their bike to somewhere on base. The base isn't that big that you theoretically should not be able to ride there. Now, there may be some really big bases. Factor your time in, factor your vehicle. But take advantage of that. If you, let's see, when it comes to, again, managing and taking advantage of the money aspect there, let's say that campground has washers and dryers, and especially if it's free, you and everyone else wants to take advantage of the free washers and dryers. But time is money. So most RV campgrounds, it's not active duty that's on there. Yes, they get a priority for a lot of them, but it's retirees. It's those guys that are like, hey, I want to go experience the country. I want to go visit all these bases that I A, never went to, or B, want to go visit now with my family who wasn't there or old enough to experience it the first time around. Well, they're going to want to take advantage of those washers and dryers. But remember, they're retirees, and if they're old retirees, we won't call them old, they got that, they're more veteran than the rest of us. Then you want to figure out when's the best time to go to the washer and dryers. It's starting to get dark because the clouds are covering the sun, which is a great thing, and I just hot spotted myself, so my eyes are now blinding. But I'm going to power through it, and know the times. Like, after 6 p.m., trust me, the washers and dryers, people are eating dinner, the normal people are eating dinner, old people are getting ready to settle down, they ain't going out there to the washer and dryers, so that, or even go like 10 p.m., they're definitely asleep. That may be your best time to do it. Get a washer and dryer in your own camper. That may be the best time for money for you. You put your wash in there. If you get a washer and dryer combo, they have their pros, they have their cons, but you just throw it into the washer, you go to work, you just your dirty load from the last day, it goes into the dryer mode, you come home, you take it out, and you let it do its last bit of air drying, because all it is a heat, I don't know how they, it's not like your standard dryer when it's in those combo deals there, but just let it air out, put it on a line in your bathroom or lay it on the bed. That way it gets the wrinkles out of it and you're good to go. So that's just some of the ways of maximizing your money. A big one like that the whole entire premise of this video is about is camp host. If you can lock down the camp host, and that's something that is within your realm of A, expertise, B, you're compassionate about it, because nobody wants you to be the camp host and you are grumpy. I have been to a lot of places where the camp host is just disgruntled, and it's like, why are you doing this job? I get it. You wanted to get paid to live on the base, but you are making my stay here terrible. I want someone who's passionate about this job and is compassionate. I want them to be able to sympathize with me. I just PCS'd here. My life sucks right now because turns out I got short notice, or I didn't plan accordingly because it's the first time I'm PCSing, or the first time I'm doing this in a camper, and I can only stay in this one spot for 7 days, and then I gotta move and stay in one spot for 2 days, and then move again and stay in the spot for 14 days, and then I gotta leave the base for a day because that's just part of the rules or whatever, and I gotta come back and I can stay there for 30 days. I'm going through a lot of stresses. You're the camp host. I'm just asking for you to take care of me, or make sure that I'm good, or get me with the staff that works there, so that way I can maybe make some changes there. You're going to be there for a long time, and if you're going to be there for a while, because either housing's taking a while, or you want to take advantage of the whole opportunity of being RVing, make sure they're going to take care of you, because you're there for the long haul. Everyone else, if they're just a short time coming in and out, that's just part of the life of an RV. They should know that. But if you're there and you're on orders, they should also know that they should be taking care of their military active duty first as a priority, because you're on PCS orders, versus a military retiree or a service member veteran who just so happens to have, a VHIC card, which is the Veterans Health Identification Card, because you have a service connection disability, which gets you onto military bases and utilize the MWR commissary and exchange functions. Other than that, if you are active duty, make sure you understand that, hey, you do have additional rights, and they should, not that you should expect these things, but just know that you do have additional things that's probably in their AR, their AFMAN, their or their MAR admin, whatever your branch uses for the regulations. There's probably something there that says, hey, I have additional stuff, and I've noticed this one retiree has been sitting in this one spot for a whole month. Why is it that he gets to sit there this whole time when I'm pretty sure they can't stay there for more than 28 consecutive days or 30 consecutive days without leaving? What are the rules there? And they shouldn't be able to book another 30 days until that 30 days is up. So again, read the rules so that way you can better illustrate your needs, or better illustrate how you can get your benefits, because everyone's trying to get their benefits. I'm not trying to say that people don't deserve it. They all deserve. That's why they're on that base anyway, especially if they're on a base and not just some civilian campground. They're on that base because they've also earned their entitlement to be on there. Know what your identifying group is and take advantage of the stuff there, so that way you don't have to deal with the stresses, because there is a lot of stresses when it comes to PCSing, and even more so when you're a full-time RVer or even just PCS RVer. Know what you want, know what you're going to do, plan accordingly. And when I say plan accordingly, the moment you get orders, you should already be planning 6 months in advance. The moment you have those orders, you should already reach out to that campground and be like, hey, I need to book my reservations now. Whether or not you need it, book it, so that way you have it and you don't have to worry about it later. Other than that, I will sign off here. Again, it went way longer than I needed to, but I like to talk a lot because there's always something there that someone could take from it. I do apologize for this video taking 15 minutes. I really want it to be 5, and here I am still talking. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something, especially when it comes to camp hosts and how you can benefit and make more bang for your buck there. And look into that base, see what works out for you. Other than that, thanks for watching. This is Winging It with the White. If you like more of these things, or more of these videos, or just hearing me talk, again, I still will I'll get used to this. I think you ring the bell. I don't know what the ring the bell does, but ring it. Click the button that says subscribe, because I guess you like watching me talk about things and you do all the listening. And there's a third one. I think you do it. You don't do it. I don't care. You have comments, post it. I will reply to them. I love talking to people. I love giving you guys advice, because I've been through it and I don't want you to go through any of the hardships that I went through. Other than that, thanks for watching. This is Winging It with the Whites. Deuces.